I cannot believe I am reviewing the beloved horror classic on its 30th anniversary.
What? I'm a fly now? Ah, shit.
The Fly, directed by David Cronenberg, as is of course the 1986 remake of the classic horror movie from 1958, The Fly. Now, The Fly tells the story of a scientist played by Jeff Goldblum and his new girlfriend played by Gina Davis. He has invented a extraordinary machine that can transport one object to the other, and when he tries it on a baboon, at first it fails, but then he tries to transport himself from one pot to the other. Little did he know that a fly accidentally flew in, and he merged himself with the fly and starts to gradually mutate into a monstrous hybrid of a human and a fly, a human-sized fly, in which his girlfriend gradually begins to become more terrified of him and has to make the ultimate sacrifice and terrible decision. Can she possibly kill the creature her boyfriend has become? Now, The Fly is the one. Now, this film legitimately shocked audiences, both the original and the remake, worldwide. It has such a dark and phenomenal concept for a movie that has rarely been done, and I can gladly say this is one of the greatest horror movies ever made, if not the greatest. I completely love this film, and this is Jeff Goldblum, who plays our main character, the scientist who tragically does turn into the mutant fly. This is his best performance to date. He's awesome in any movie he's in. He was the best part of Independence Day Residence this year, and he is Oscar worthy here. He plays such a nice genius who has made a great invention, who sadly his story ends in tragedy just because a little fly happened to fly in that day and changed his life forever. And for worse, you see him gradually mutate and completely fall from his grace and just dissolve and decay, and the makeup and the visual effects to show his transformation are just phenomenal. They look better than CGI shit any day. Take notes, Hollywood. These effects still perfectly hold up and look completely real even 30 years later. He's such a tragic protagonist, which makes him so relatable. It's truly heart-wrenching to see him this way, and to see him become a creature he doesn't want to be and doesn't have any control over it. We wish we could help him, and it's so engaging for us to want to help him, but knowing we can't do anything. Surprisingly, not a lot of people say how amazing Gina Davis is in this movie. She's an underrated actress in my opinion. She's truly fantastic in this movie, just as good as Jeff Goldblum, and she's such a clever character too. How she falls in love with him and is trying to get away from her old boyfriend, and she realizes something's wrong with him as he's transforming, and she's trying to solve the mystery of what's happening to him throughout the film. She's a tragic character as well, who has to make some horrible decisions when she gets pregnant with his baby. She knows the baby's going to be a mutated hybrid of a fly just like him, and she has to have an abortion out of care for the baby. She also has another boyfriend who deeply cares for her, even if she's not that interested in him and wants to leave him. While he isn't in the movie that much, at the end he does prove himself worthy of her as he goes off to save her, and sadly gets his hand and his leg dissolved, which is really brutal. And he ultimately saves her life by destroying the machine. The gore in this film is unbelievable. Horror fans will be satisfied like heaven. I mean, there are scenes of Jeff Goldblum's teeth falling out, his fingernails coming off, his ear falling out. Yeah, the movie starts out quietly, slow and happy, but that works to develop the brilliant romance between Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis, who share genuinely brilliant chemistry. It's one of those tragic romances I've ever seen, and it's really the second half, when he starts to transform, that the movie truly gets as intense as it promises. The intensity just gets higher and higher and higher as he's turning into this monster. Yeah, this film is full of moments that made me go, holy shit, that just happened. Yeah, what finding horror in this movie is like eating a full pizza. It's that satisfying. And the fact that he transforms into a fly is such a perfect idea, because of course everyone hates flies, everyone has a phobia of them, and humans and flies are completely different species, so a hybrid of a human and a fly would be a complete abomination of nature, and the movie perfectly demonstrates that. And also the score by Howard Shore is truly magnificent. I mean, before he scored the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies, he scored this, and this is one of his best scores. Maybe not quite on par with his score for the Lord of the Rings, that's his best score, but still amazing. But the most intense and best part of this movie, and the most emotional part, is the ending. Oh my gosh, it will leave you speechless. Just take a look at the transformation. Yeah, you probably won't want to watch the movie anymore, but if you're strong enough to survive that, here's the ending. He tries to merge himself with her, so then they'll be together with their child, but luckily her boyfriend destroys the machine with the shotgun and mortally wounding him, and it's a truly emotional and powerful moment where he begs her to just end his suffering and just put him out of his misery when she's holding the gun to his head. And as much as she doesn't want to do it, she doesn't have a choice but to just shoot him, because there's literally no hope for him anymore. So that's such a tragic ending. It's an ending that makes you think, which is endings I love. And then the film just ends there. So we hope she got a happy ending, even if that will scar her for life. So The Fly is a complete masterpiece and truly a work of cinematic arts, both in the horror genre and brilliant movie making in general. It's not an easy movie to watch, but if you want to watch a horror classic for Halloween, this is perfect. I give The Fly 5 stars out of 5. Well guys, it's almost Halloween and still more spooky videos to come, so I love you guys, thank you all for watching. And what do you think of The Fly? Please comment, let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Google+. And what are your favourite horror movies? I'd love to know. And I'll see you all next time. Bye guys.